Hello students, welcome to Affairscloud. My name is Vikas. So friends, we have an application by the name Careers Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. And once you have downloaded, you can log in with your Gmail ID. And why I am suggesting you this application, because this is the one-stop solution for all the current affairs. This is the best of the best application and the platform where you can enhance your learning through help. Here you will be provided with multiple courses. Here you will be provided with multiple options of quizzes, and even you will be provided current affairs on daily basis. PDFs and quizzes will be provided to you on daily basis, both in Hindi as well as English. Here you will be provided current affairs with weekly basis and monthly basis also. Here remember, once you have done watching our video, then you can log in through this application, take out the PDF, read that PDF and go through the quizzes. That will enhance your preparation. Same you have to do for weekly and same you have to do for the monthly also. In monthly you will be provided with the top 100 important questions PDF and video also, that will enhance your learning, and it will be a very beneficial and important video for the revision perspective. And not just this friends, apart from this we also provide you banking and economic questions. We provide you state current affairs such as of Uttarakhand, UP, Tripura, Telangana and many more. Not just this, apart from this we also provide you topic wise current affairs, and the topics that we are providing you are really important. These topics are such as national affairs, international affairs, important days, sports, defense, science and technology, apps and web portals, obituary. These are the important topics that are being asked in various exams across India. So these are the topics that are must and should be covered and will be beneficial for the preparation of the students. Hello everyone. So in this video we will be discussing important current affairs of the 6th July. The session will be very important and interesting. So do pay attention till the end, as we will be learning multiple things here. Correct? Let's start. The first news is, or the first question is, Startup 20 Shikhar Summit was held recently. Question asked here is that where was this Startup 20 Shikhar Summit was held? Tell me. This was a 2-day long Startup 20 Shikhar Summit that was held from that was held on 3rd and 4th of July. It was held in Gurugram, and we know Gurugram is in Haryana. Right? Then remember, this was organized by the Startup 20 engagement group that comes under the India's G20 presidency. Correct? During this closing ceremony of the Startup 20, India Chair and Mission Director Atal Innovation Mission Dr. Chintan Vaishnav officially handed over the torch. So we say India officially handed over the torch to Brazil, correct, as it has G20 presidency for 2024. Now two ways this question can be asked. First, as we just mentioned, that where was this summit held? This was held in Gurugram, Haryana. Second way this question can be asked is that India handed over the torch to which country, or the G20 presidency for the 2022 or 2024 will be held by which country? It will be by Brazil, and India handed over the torch to Brazil. Correct? The summit served as a platform for providing various knowledge sharing, strategic alliance, innovation, collaboration with various global startup ecosystem. Correct? And this Shikhar, what does this mean? This means the top of the mountain. Right? In Hindi it is, or English it is top of the mountain. Correct? Then, as I just mentioned recently, question will also be asked in such a way. Startup 20 India chairperson. Startup 20 India chairperson. Who is he? Name him. And he is Dr. Chintan Vaishnav. Right? What was the theme for the G20? Vasudev Kutumbakam. Right? And where is the headquarter for Startup 20? The headquarter is in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Correct? Next, so you can see here Startup 20 Shikhar Summit was held in Gurugram, and India passed the torch to Brazil, as Brazil will be hosting the G20 presidency for 2024. Next is which country will export to India stealthy unicorn Nora 50 integration mask. Let me show you what we are talking about. We are talking about this mast, as you can see here, and this has been named as unicorn Nora 50. As it is an integration mask, you can see here, this is basically a type of an antenna only, correct, that will be used for communication purposes, correct. So if we talk about it, the question here becomes, which country will export this to India? It will be exported by Japan to India, correct. And India and Japan, they have recently solidified their strategic partnership with the memorandum of cooperation for the development of this integrated mast united combined radio antenna, that is Nora 50, correct. This is a horn shaped antenna, correct. It is a consolidated, or it is a compilation of multiple single antennas, and this will be used for communication purposes, right. This is, you should know, the important thing for you to remember for the exam perspective is the name of it, that is unicorn Nora 50, correct. And it will be supplied to India by Japan, right. Then remember the project, this includes joint research, development and technology transfer between both India and Japan. Beyond technological advancement, this partnership will strengthen the diplomatic as well as strategic ties between India and Japan, correct. Next is DOT, that is your Department of Telecommunication. They conduct this 5G and Beyond Hackathon 2023 to showcase the 5G products and solutions. 5G, that is the fifth generation of internet, right. It is considered to be one of the fastest internet available in the market for public, correct. We know that 4G is very fast, but 5G will also provide speeds up to 1 gigabytes per second, and 1 gigabyte is equal to 1024 megabytes MB, correct. Then remember 5G, it is considered to be one of the fastest, and remember recently Jio is providing unlimited access to this 5G technology to their SIM card holders. Also, which was the first company that introduced or that brought 5G to India? It was your Airtel. With the help of this 5G, as the internet speed is fast, multiple use cases will be soon be available to the general public, right. For example, in last video also I have mentioned that with the high internet speed, the processing that used to be done at the user end, like for example we used to have high graphic cards and everything, that can be eliminated, and with that elimination of that, all the processing can be done at the server side. As we are having high internet speed, the data transfer speed will be enough for us to carry out our day-to-day tasks. Say for example, playing games also can be carried out because the speed here that is being provided under this fifth generation is very high, correct. So for the same, remember 5G and Beyond Hackathon 2023 was conducted by DOT, and their aim was to shortlist and focus on the cutting edge ideas that will be provided by various individual students, startups and academic institutions. Also, 100 winners will be selected from the hackathon, and they will be awarded 100 crore rupees for the development of 5G products and solutions. The winners will get the support from the government, industry, academia, telecommunication industries and original equipment manufacturers to develop their models into products, right. Then we remember, with the help of the increasing 5G, you will be seeing this will be included in many other startups also, right. This will benefit healthcare, this will benefit education, this will benefit agri-tech sector, livestock sector, public safety and disaster management enterprise, smart cities will be there, infrastructure will be better cyber security can be provided, right, and better communication will be there, correct. So it was DOT, that is Department of Telecommunication, that conducted this 5G and Beyond hackathon. Next, B. Niraja Prabhakar has been appointed as the chairperson of Research Advisory Committee of ICAR. B. Niraja Prabhakar, right? He is the Vice Chancellor of Sri Konda Lakshman Telangana State Horticulture University, and now he has been appointed as the chairperson of ICAR. Correct? Highly important. He has been appointed as the chairperson of the Research Advisory Committee of ICAR. Correct? Question can be asked in this way, that who has been appointed as the who has been appointed as the chairperson of the Research Advisory Committee of ICAR, and that too their arm, that is Indian Institute of Oil Palm Research at Pedavgi in Andhra Pradesh. So there is an arm of ICAR, that is Indian Institute of Oil Palm Research, and for their research committee, Research Advisory Committee, who has been appointed as the chairperson, B. Neeraja Prabhakar. Right? She has assumed the charge on 13th of June and will head a 10-member committee for a period of 3 years. Correct? Next. Which organization launched One Health Priority Research Agenda for Antimicrobial Resistance? This antimicrobial resistance will be marked as AMR. What is this antimicrobial resistance? See, during COVID, we will take the example of COVID-19, right? During COVID-19, it was very difficult for the scientists and researchers and all the professionals to come up with a vaccine, right? The reason for that was because COVID-19 was continuously changing, right? It was adapting to our body, and if a virus keeps on changing, then the vaccines that are being made for the same will be not sufficient. Say for example, first we saw alpha variant, and with alpha variant we developed a certain kind of X vaccine, right? And we started giving this vaccine to people, but this alpha variant converted into beta variant. Now this X vaccine that was developed for this COVID-19's alpha variant is not suitable or will not be working on this beta variant because it has changed, right? Or we can say that this was this has updated himself. COVID-19 updated himself, it changed, right? It evolved, and it had more dangerous features considered to that of alpha variant, and this vaccine, X vaccine, is not suitable for it. Then we have to again do research and development, and new vaccine should be found. Similarly, for antimicrobial resistance is basically when we are providing, we are continuously, or we are continuously taking medicines for a particular illness, and with time, say let's give a time period of 10 years, like in 10 years or 15 years, on again and again consuming the same medicine for the same disease, that disease or that microbial resistance will be developed in that particular bacteria, right? And with that, once it has developed this antimicrobial resistance, the vaccine that we are using current, or the antibiotics that we are using right now, they won't be benefiting or they won't be working against those infections, correct? Because they have developed a resistance for that particular vaccine or resistance against that particular medicine, correct? Then we have to do research and development again. We have to do research about that, what is the change in the infection, how it is resisting the particular vaccine, and what changes can be done in order to bring down that infection, right? So for the same, which organization launched One Health Priority Research Agenda for Antimicrobial Resistance? The correct option here is FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization, United Nations Environment Program, WHO, and WOAH. All these three you know, but what is this WOAH? It is your World Organization for Animal Health. I repeat, World Organization for Animal Health. So all these four organizations came together and launched this One Health Priority Research Agenda for Antimicrobial Resistance. And the aim here is to promote increased research and investment in this antimicrobial resistance, because see, evolution is taking place, we all know, right? Science has taught us that each human being is evolving as the generation passes, correct? So you should also understand that if humans are evolving, then these bacterias, these viruses, these are also continuously evolving, right? And this aim of this, or the reason for this launching, was that it aims to guide a variety of stakeholders in generating new evidence to address the antimicrobial resistance. The concept acknowledges the health of humans, domestic and wild animals, plants, and larger environment, including ecosystem. Right? Next. Here you can see if these four organizations launched this One Health priority research agenda for antimicrobial resistance. If you understood this antimicrobial resistance, then this whole topic is easy for you. Next, which became the first bank in India to roll out Mahila Samman Saving Certificate scheme. It is your Bank of India, right? They became the first bank to officially roll out Mahila Samman Saving Certificate, correct? And this was launched in 2023. You should know this. Apart from this, thus rollout ceremony was inaugurated by the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Bank of India, that is Rajneesh Karnatak, and it was through a video conferencing. That means we can say it was through a virtual medium. Then next thing, remember, if we talk about this Mahila Samman Saving Certificate scheme, this scheme was announced by Union Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, and it commemorates the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. The aim, as the name suggests, Mahila, that means the aim of this scheme is to empower girls and women through financial saving. Correct? And remember, individual girls or women who can open an account, or a guardian can open account for a behalf of the minor girl. A minimum investment of 1000 rupees and multiples of 100 rupees up to a limit of 2 lakh rupees will be accepted here. Also, multiple accounts allowed with a 3-month gap subject to overall investment cap. Correct? The deposit under the scheme is eligible for a 7.5% interest per annum, which will be compounded quarterly and credited into account and paid at the time of the closure of the account. Right? So this is your Mahila Samman Saving Certificate scheme that was launched by Bank of India, and it is basically to empower girl and women by opening their account and providing an interest rate of 7.5%. The limit here is of 2 lakh rupees maximum. Correct? Next, banking and finance. Recently, Bank of India, that is the first we just saw, roll out the Mahila Samman Saving Certificate scheme. Then next is India May 2023 service export rise 7.7% to 27.06 billion as per the RBI. So it is a direct question that you need to remember, that RBI released a data recently and that stated that India's services export may increase to 7.7% to 27.0706 billion dollar, correct, in May. And the government's initial estimate released in mid-June had indicated that service exports amounted to 25.3 billion, with services imported at 13.53 billion. Next is Airtel Payments Bank Park Plus team teamed up to enable fast tag based parking solutions at Varanasi airport. See this, what is this Park Plus is? This is also a startup only, and this Park Plus is basically collaborating with various societies in order to provide them with various services, such as your entry at the main gate of the society, right? The door of the gate will automatically open and shut down with a tag on the car, and that tag will be provided to the car of the society people, and whenever that particular car or the individual's car who are living in that society will enter the car, the gate will automatically open and close, right? It is a very good facility. Personally, I am also using the tag of this Park Plus, and in my society the car door automatically shifts, opens and closes with this Park Plus, correct? So recently it was your Airtel Payment Banks and Park Plus team, the Park Plus, that teamed up to enable a FASTag based parking solution at Varanasi airport. Direct question that you have to remember here, right? And this Varanasi airport is in UP. This is smart parking solution will allow automatic cashless payment at the airport right? Next, what is the education financing startup name that has got the NBFC license from RBI? As it is saying education financing, that is in order to provide education loans to the students who want to pursue their higher education, to provide them with loans, correct, which is the startup or education financing startup that got the non banking financial company license, and it was given by RBI to them. It is your propelled, right? As of now they have disbursed a loan worth 2000 crore rupees by financial year 24 to bolster its direct lending proposition, correct. The name is propelled. Also remember, this propelled startup is basically targeting the 2 tier and 3 tier cities. Next, education financing startup propelled gets NBFC license from RBI. Next is GAIL, that is your Gas Authority of India Limited. They accredited, GAIL accredited with the authorized economic operator T3 status. Now, what is this authorized economic operator T3 status? It is one of the highest level of the facilitation for importers and exporters by the CBDT. I repeat, this AEO, that is authorized economic operator T3 status, is given to any exporter or an importer, and it is the highest level of facilitation that is given to them by CBDT, that comes under the Ministry of Finance. This AEO, correct. What is the benefit of this authorized economic operator? With this, remember, with this certification, the exporters or importers will be provided with the highest level of facilities, right? For example, this certificate holders will have the facility that their containers will not be selected for scanning at the ports and borders except on the basic of specific intelligence, right? If there is some news by the authorities that they want to check it, then they will be checked, but otherwise their containers will not be selected for scanning at the ports and borders. This AEOT3 certificate holders, they are not required to provide a bank guarantee, and it should be noted that if the component body has ordered the provisional release of the seized goods, the option of no bank guarantee will not be available, correct. So coming back, remember recently who got this AEO T3 status? It is your GAIL, that is Gas Authority of India Limited. And this AEO, Authorized Economic Operator program, is run by whom? It is run by World Customs Organization Safe Framework, right? Next, and this program, this Authorized Economic Operator program, was launched in 2011, and their main aim here is, as just mentioned, that it is a type of a premium plan for these operators, for exporters and importers, with for which they will be provided some additional benefit if they are having this particular certificate. Next, Jens Stoltenberg has he's who? Jens Stoltenberg. First of all, tell me who is Jens Stoltenberg. Jens Stoltenberg, he is the former Prime Minister of Norway, and he became Secretary General of NATO in 2014. Correct? His term has already been extended 3 times, and now his term has been extended for the 4th time, and he will be the Secretary General of NATO till when? He will be in this position till October 2024. Correct? Important, mark this. Jens Stoltenberg, right? He was born in 1959 and he is from Oslo, Norway, and he will be the Secretary General of NATO till October 2024, as you can see him in the picture, right? Next, one more thing, if we talk about NATO, can you tell me where is the headquarter of NATO? It is in Brussels, Belgium. And as of now, how many member states are there? 31 member states are there in NATO. Next, BCCI appointed former Indian cricketer Ajit Agarkar as the chairman of the senior men's selection committee. I repeat, Ajit Agarkar, the former Indian cricketer, has been appointed as the BCCI new chairman of the senior men's selection committee by succeeding the previous chairman Chetan Sharma. So question can be asked, who became the new chairman of the senior men's selection committee? Ajit Agarkar. He will be succeeding whom? He will be succeeding Chetan Sharma. Correct? Next is acquisition and mergers. Recently, IDFC Limited to merge with IDFC First Bank in a share exchange ratio of 155 to 100. That means for each 100 shares will be getting, the customers or those investors will be getting 155 shares. Correct? Directly remember every uh, customer or shareholder of IDFC Limited will get 155 shares of IDFC First Bank for every 100 shares they held in the former. Correct? Directly remember this. So we can say IDFC Limited is being merged with IDFC First Bank. Correct? And the IDFC First Bank has proposed to complete the merger by the end of 2023. And also remember, this is the second important or second major deal in the financial sector of 2023 after HDFC merger, right? Of HDFC Bank, when HDFC Bank merged with HDFC. Correct? Then there are certain outcomes of the merger. This merger will lead to simplification of the corporate structure of IDFC FHCL, IDFC Limited and IDFC First Bank by consolidating them into a single entity, and will help streamline the regulatory compliances of the previous entities. As a result of the proposed merger, the standalone book value per share of the IDFC First Bank would increase by 4.9% as calculated and audited financials as of 31st March 2023. Right? Next. So IDFC First Bank is being merged with IDFC Limited. And every share or every 100 shareholders, or every shareholder that is having the 100 shares will get 155 shares in the after the merger. Then next is CCI. CCI has approved the acquisition of Marnix Lux by Concentrix Corporation. I repeat, CCI approved the indirect acquisition of Marnix Lux SA, that is Marnix Lux by Concentric Corporation, and acquisition approximately 22% shareholding is combined by company by its shareholders of the Marine Lux. This acquirer, that is Concentric Corporation, and who is being acquired? Marnix Lux is being acquired, and Concentrix Corporation is the one that is acquiring it. Correct? This Concentrix Corporation, it is USA based company, right? And the target company Marine Lux, it is the parent company of WebHelp, which is active in the provisions of business process outsourcing services and specialized services. Next is science and technology. Elena introduced India's first NAVIC-based PNT device. I repeat, two Bangalore-based companies, Elena Geo Systems and Optimus Logics, they have produced satellite communication-driven handheld device PNT, that is positioning, navigation and timing, that was funded by the Department of Telecommunications under Digital Communication Innovation Square scheme. Correct? I repeat, recently two Bangalore-based companies, that is Elena Geo Systems and Optimus Logics, they have produced a satellite communication driven handheld device, that is PNT, positioning, navigation and timing. This was funded by Department of Telecommunications under DCIS scheme, that is Digital Communication Innovation Square scheme. Correct? Why this is important, and one of the most important feature of this particular is this PNT device is that this PNT device provides accurate location and navigation coordinates even in the high altitudes where neither Google Map nor GPS functions and could replace the American GPS. Correct? So exact location at high altitudes can be provided with this PNT device. These devices will be useful during disaster management, railway track surveillance, high altitude emergency situations. Also, the NAVIC chip performs across land, water, and air. The need to manufacture PNT device came in 2019 from the Ministry of Defense to develop an indigenous product for the Indian Armed Forces. This device can give accurate location in forest, remote areas, deep into desert, and also can help in tracking the canals where there are no mobile towers. Correct? So this PNT device was developed by whom? It was developed by two startups, that is Elena Geosystems and Optimus Logics, right? And they have developed this PNT device, that is positioning, navigation, and timing, and this was funded by DOT, that is Department of Telecommunications. Next. Next is IIT Kanpur developed 100% dimethyl ether fuel tractor, a breakthrough in the pursuit of alternative fuels. Important news that it is your IIT Kanpur. They have developed a 100% dimethyl ether fueled tractor, right? This will be working on 100% dimethyl ether, right? This is an indigenous and renewable fuel. The breakthrough is basically that we are shifting, when not just in India, at global scale we want to shift from non-renewable sources of energy to renewable sources of energy, and this dimethyl ether fuel, it is a sustainable source of fuel, right? And it is renewable fuel. This groundbreaking development by IIT Kanpur is setting a benchmark in the sustainable transportation, and it is opening doors to for the promising future where renewable fuel driven India's journey towards a cleaner, greener environment. Correct? Then remember, IIT Kanpur, they developed the country's first solely 100% fuel based tractor, that is dimethyl ether based tractor, and DME, that is your dimethyl ether. It is an indigenous and renewable fuel that has been widely adopted by countries like US, Japan, China, Sweden, Denmark, and Korea. Correct? If we talk about this dimethyl ether engine, it has shown to achieve higher thermal efficiency while emitting lower levels of pollutants. If you remember green hydrogen, if we burn this green hydrogen, and it is also considered to be a fuel of future, on burning this we get vapors of water and heat. Correct? Similarly, this DME, dimethyl ether, it is widely accepted by multiple countries, and it is a renewable source of fuel, and recently it is your IIT Kanpur that has developed a dimethyl ether fueled tractor. That means an engine that will be working on this dimethyl ether, and a tractor was powered with the same. Next is sports. India's men's football team defeated Kuwait to lift the 2023 SAFF championship for the ninth time. I repeat, what is this SAFF? South Asian Football Federation, right? So recently Indian football team has won the South Asian Football Federation Championship 2023 for the ninth time, and they defeated Kuwait in the finals. Also remember, Indian football team is known by the name Blue Tigers. Blue Tigers. Correct? Where was this championship held? This championship was held in Bangalore, Karnataka, in India only. And previously India has won this for the and previously 8 times, and this is the ninth time that India has won this championship. Correct? One more thing, remember, Kuwait and Lebanon, these are the two countries that are the non-SAFF members, and they were invited to this tournament. Next, International Day of Women in Diplomacy is observed on 24th of June, right? And this day is observed to recognize the role of women in diplomacy as in furthering the socio-economic, equitable, and inclusive sustainable development. Basically, to include the role of women in diplomacy, this day is observed, and to create awareness about the same. Then there is a theme that you need to remember for the same, that is breaking barriers, shaping the future, women in diplomacy for sustainable development. I repeat, breaking barriers, shaping the future, women in diplomacy for sustainable development. Correct? Then remember, on 24th of June every year we observe this International Day of Women, and this year in 2023 it was the inaugural edition. So we can say inaugural edition or the first ever edition of the International Day of Women in Diplomacy is observed on 24th of June. Moving to the state news, Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan initiated the registration of Mukhyamantri Sikho Kamao Yojana for youth in MP. This, as the name suggests, it is basically a skill training initiative where skills will be provided to the youth of Maharashtra, and with that they will be able to go for the employment. Correct? The scheme aims to facilitate on the job training opportunities in the registered industrial and vocational establishment that will enable the young individuals to get the industry suitable skills. Right? Highly important, take a note of this. Under this scheme, under this Mukhyamantri Sikho Kamao Yojana, the candidate should be between 18 to 29 years of age. The candidate should be a permanent resident of Madhya Pradesh, and candidate should have educational qualities of 12th pass and ITI pass or above. Right? He should be a 12th pass or a diploma holder or above. Correct? Then remember, there will be stipend provided to them. A 12th class passed will be provided 8,000 rupees per month. ITI, that is Industrial Training Institute pass candidate, will get 8,500 rupees. Diploma holders will be getting 9,000 rupees, and postgraduate holders will be getting 10,000 rupees. And right under this particular scheme, that is Mukhyamantri Sikhao Kamao Yojana, it was launched by Madhya Pradesh. Next, Sarbandana Sonowal laid the foundation stone for the Inland Waterways Transport Terminal in Assam State. I repeat, recently Inland Waterways Transport Terminal, for the same the foundation stone was laid by whom? Sarbandana Sonowal ji. Where was this laid? It was laid in Assam. Correct? In Dibrugarh, Assam. It was along the bank of the river Brahmaputra. The tourist cum cargo IWT, that is Inland Waterways Transport Terminal, it will be developed at a cost of 46.6 crore rupees, and it is scheduled to be completed in or by January 2024. The terminal will help in rejuvenating the inland waterways transportation in the region for both cargo and passenger movement by helping the growth of the trade and commerce. Correct? So this Inland Waterways Transport Terminal will be in Dibrugarh, Assam, and Sarbandana Sonowal ji laid the foundation stone for the same. 46.6 crore rupees has been allocated for developing this project, and it will be completed by February 2024. So friends, these were your important current affairs for the day. Now let's go for a quick revision. Startup 20 Shikhar Summit was held in Gurugram, and India passed the torch to Brazil. Japan to export to India the stealthy unicorn Nora 50 integration must. DOT conducted 5G and Beyond Hackathon 2023 to showcase the 5G products and solutions, and 100 crore rupees was allocated, and it will be provided to 100 winners here. B. Neeraja Prabhakar, she has been appointed as the chairperson of the Research Advisory Committee of an arm of ICAR. FAO, UNEP, WHO and WOAH, they have launched this One Health Priority Research Agenda for antimicrobial resistance. Bank of India became the first bank to roll out the Mahila Samman Savings Certificate scheme. India May 2023 service export rise to 7.7% to 27.06 billion as per RBI. Airtel Payment Bank Park Plus team up to enable FASTag based parking solutions at Varanasi Airport. Education financing startup Propelled got the NBFC license from RBI. GAIL accredited with the Authorized Economic Operator AEO T3 certification, and with this certification many benefits are provided to the organization that has this AEO T3 certificate. Next, NATO extended the tenure of Jens Stoltenberg as Secretary General of NATO till October 2024. BCCI appointed former Indian cricketer Ajit Agarkar as the chairman of Senior Men's Selection Committee. IDFC Limited to merge with the IDFC Bank in a share exchange of that 100 shares investor or shareholder having 100 share will be getting 155 shares after the merger. Then CCI approved the acquisition of Marnix Lux by the Concentric Corporation. Alina introduced India's first NAVIC-based PNT device, and this device will be a better solution provider or a better device for the navigation and having the coordinates even at the higher altitudes, right? IIT Kanpur developed 100% dimethyl ether fueled tractor, and it was a breakthrough. So remember, question can be asked that dimethyl ether fueled tractor was developed by which IIT? It was developed by IIT Kanpur. Then Indian men's football team defeated Kuwait to lift 2023 SAFF championship for the ninth time. First ever International Day of Women in Diplomacy was observed on 24th of June. MP Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan initiated the registration of Mukhyamantri Sikho Kamao Yojana for youths in MP. Sarbandana Sonowal laid the foundation stone for the Inland Waterways Transport Terminal in Dibrugarh, Assam. So these were your current affairs for the day, friends. Now let's shift to the revision part. Ajay Banga, the president of World Bank, was the only Indian honoree to be named in the list of the great immigrants for 2023, and is the 14th president of World Bank. Then Lieutenant General M.U. Nair has been appointed as the head of the National Cyber Security Coordinator, or we can say he has been appointed as the head of the National Cyber Security Center. Correct? Important. Next, Indian Overseas Bank, they launched a luxury benefit card, that is Rupee Select debit card, right? It was launched by Indian Overseas Bank. Then India has doubled their share of the global commercial services export to 4.4% in 2022. That was around 2% in 2005, and this report was released by World Bank and World Trade Organization. Next, Union Minister Sarbandana Sonowal, they launched a campaign to transfer iconic 75 lighthouses in various states of India into tourist destination. This is to promote culture and tourism in India. So for the same, 75 lighthouses will be converted into the tourist destinations. Next, NADA, that is National Anti-Doping Agency, they have signed an MOU with Sarado, and this is to increase the regional cooperation in the anti-doping sport. And Sarado is your South Asia Regional Anti-Doping Organization. Nepal, Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Maldives, they are the part of this, and even Bangladesh, they are the part of this Sarado. Next, so friends, these were your revision. Now let's shift to the homework. First, which state or UT is associated with a Camera project? Second, which institution is set to release a consultation paper on finfluencers? Third, what is the name of the type of electricity tariff which include lower tariff during daytime and higher tariff rates during the peak hours? What is the name of that electricity tariff? So these are your three homework questions, and I want to see maximum participation of the students, right? Those who are watching this video, I want you to comment below, pause the video, start from the question 1, second and third, comment below the answers in the comment section. I will be watching and I read all the comments that are being commented, right? So most of the students should comment the answers, because that is the reason I am providing you these homework questions, correct? So that's all for the day, friends. Thank you and have a nice day. That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at Affairscloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is Affairscloud_official. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.